Ooh, okay. Now we get to play at the Scotch course in the summer. And the prize is the Big Air ball. Okay. So those will be a set of golf balls that adds distance at the expense of impact and or control. So right now I got Big Air clubs. Maybe I wanna try and see turbo spin. Okay, so as compared to standard, okay, BCCD. So turbo spin, BCDB. Okay, so there's a reduction of impact, but with improved spin. That actually seems like a good trade-off in the right hands. Although it might unfortunately make par 5s, like long par 5s, a little bit trickier to secure under green and reg without risking needing to have perfect impact, but sometimes that's a risk I need to take, so let's try them. And there's Stacy there, real nice. I like her. You know, when she gets birdies, she makes raspberries, and that's pretty cute. So, yeah. The British Cup. Yep, as you can expect, strong winds and lots of little pot bunkers, and probably large greens. So, alright, we got a pretty decent tailwind to start us off. So, I'm trying to think. I think optimally the right side would be the best way to approach this, because then that will minimize the effect of those pot bunkers in play. So, yeah, I wanna go over here to the right. I think I got Pizza Man Mel as my caddy, because that is definitely his voice. Either that, or maybe he's got a side gig as a landscaper. I used to, there was a town I lived in when I was younger, and there used to be some real shady landscape company called Green Tea, and I think, as far as I know, they actually ended up being assimilated and restructured under the True Green, under the True Green line. So yeah. All right, we got big tailwinds, so I can afford to club down. I'm pretty sure. They should carry enough. 30, slow down. On the front lawn. Ah, Mel, yes, he's a giant-ass grin that you absolutely cannot help but love. Anyways, let's see. A little bit of side slope here. A little bit. We're going downhill, so I can afford to be a little bit softer here. There, that's the finesseful way of doing it. Because the thing about the greens here is that it's not just side slopes that are strong, it's also elevation changes. So even if you're going a fraction of a foot down, you can often afford to reduce power by a foot, 2, or sometimes more. So like 10%, so it's kind of crazy. I'm not sure if I observed the effects of the super spin, but it did seem like the ball stopped a little quicker. Alright, so here we got some lovely ducks, some lovely mallards on the water here with their sounds. Kind of reminds me of when you can in Roller Coaster Tycoon, when you can interact with the ducks by clicking on them, and they make a quacking noise when you click on them. I always thought that was pretty funny. Slight wind. Okay. Alright, as long as this carries over the pot bunker, that's my number one fear, is that this drive doesn't carry Pot bunker on the right. Alright, all good. I just love how the caddy just feels the need to like run up to you, toward your ball. Okay, we got a little bit of side slip things, which I don't know how much that affects things, but I'm playing my shots as if they do, so. Because it was definitely a thing in the first game, for what I remember, and it's really a thing, maybe even to too much of an extent in Super Rush. That's like a mechanic that they even touted in the trailer, that depending on the slope that you're on, that'll make the shot curve. That'll make the shot curve because of the change of stance or whatever realism. But I think Super Rush took it a little too far. Yeah, speaking of Super Rush, I enjoyed the version 4 update that rolled out yesterday. Wiggler is cute as all heck. He has the silliest birdie animation, especially when you speed it up, but he has the absolute saddest bogey animation. Yeah, this is definitely signature 2002 era Polystation. You would be correct. Yeah, I mean, target mode is cool and all, but I've kind of discovered, like, a quote-unquote exploit. So, I mean, as long as you're decent enough at the game, pretty much all you need to do is just keep shooting at one target. Because how it works is that every fifth ball, then there's that, like, superstar target that you can aim at for more points. However, for every fifth ball starting with the third, like say the third, eighth, or so on, then there's that item you get. So the idea is to try to knock out the four targets on, like the four sections of just one of the targets, like the one closest to you, and then when you get those, then when the superstar opens, then that will reset that target that you cleared, because after the superstar, then there's like a thing that says like T-box changed or whatever. Well, in the process, if you any like section that you complete gets reset. So you could basically just like spam one target the entire time, and before you know it, you have S rank. When all you need for the medal achievements, because there's like these 5 medals that are required. One of them is adventure mode. One of them is completing every course of one-on-one putt. One of them is getting A rank on all 3 of the target mode courses, which is not hard to do. One of them is record a birdie on every single hole, which that one is annoying because for whatever reason the game doesn't give indications of what birdies you've already gotten. You have to go into the main menu and look at the play data to see like the distributions of all the birdies and eagles and all the scores you got on every hole, and find the ones that you haven't birdied and play those courses through until you do. And what's more annoying is, since you can't save quit, if you miss one, you have to play that course again. Unless there's something I'm missing. And then I can't remember what the other oh yeah, and then the other one is get superstar clubs for every character, which you've probably would have spent time grinding to do as every character rolled out anyway. So if you use either Wiggler or Shy Guy and you grind through the entirety of one-on-one putt, you'll already be almost all the way to getting Superstar. And then maybe you use the other character to try to get whatever birdies you need, and by that point, you'll probably end up with Superstar for that one too. I already had all the medals. Earlier today. And so then now it's just a matter of inevitably waiting for next month when they reset the ranked matches. I can guarantee you 100% that it's going to be unlocking alternate skins for the Shy Guy. Because Shy Guys are historically another one of the enemies of the game that you see in multiple colors. Most obviously, like in Yoshi's Story, for instance, there were Shy Guys that matched every Yoshi. So I did the target thing with Shy Guy, and I know I got the star clubs that way after the third round. So this guy hits a fade, so I'm wondering if that'll be enough. Probably will. Although I did have a small slice, so I'm wondering. Yep, I'm short, please. Crap. Okay. Missing impact zones is pretty bad in this game. You gotta be real careful. You know what would be really funny is if instead they did different color ninjas, and the different colors matched all of the different skins for the characters in Among Us, so that then you could have people grinding for Amogus. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. I don't know, because apparently kids still can't shut up about Amogus, about Susamugus, or whatever they all say. Delicious! Wait, what? Mel, you can't say that in a children's game. Like, what context in golf would there be to say something like, "Have you seen my pants?" Alright, anyways, what do we got? We got a moderately brisk... We got a pretty brisk headwind, and we're going downhill, so definitely I'll be cutting some mustard here. I'm just gonna let this fly, because it will fly. 50, slow down, please. Although turbo spin clubs are coming in handy. That ball did stop pretty nicely. But heck, this is strong side slope. You can tell because of the little dots that move relatively quickly along the grid. That, and based on the angle of the character stance, it's definitely a little bit off the perpendicular plane, so... let's see. So I'm going to try something like... And it's a little bit down, so I'm going to try something like this. Beautiful, okay. I've definitely gotten better at putting since the first day. That's been saving my bacon whenever my distance is not so good.
No, don't do it.
Don't kill it. Okay, whatever you say, mate. Alright, so this is the super sus shortcut that we've got between buildings. So what I'm going to do is, my character normally hits a fade, but I'm going to set up a draw, which will, I think, actually more than counteract the natural fade. To the point where I probably won't hit either of those buildings. So I'm going to try. Although, missing the impact does not help. Okay. Well, I'm going to try that again just for the sake of vindication, because going around this hole is very long and otherwise not very great. So, okay, that's worse. Although that actually worked out better. So maybe it was just the case that I aimed too far left. 257 still. See, that's the only problem is. There's almost zero chance that I make this because the driver goes so low, but I do have a tailwind, so maybe with an incredibly perfect shot, maybe. Okay, but that is anything but, because my timing is bad, even though my guy is posing like some kind of posy guy. Please don't land in the pot bunker. Okay, not in the pot bunker, so I'm playing for bogey right now, probably. Wait, so you're telling me that I can't toggle to the 30-yard approach. Okay, fine. Fine. We'll just do a little under half, because the wind will push this. Okay, that's puttable. No, don't give me that. We're putting this today. This is very puttable. Fringe does almost nothing, so we're good. Okay, so those were a couple of bad holes there, but we'll get by. Okay. I don't know if the whatever guy chanting in the audience says go to it or don't kill it. But okay. Alright, strong crosswind. A little bit of elevation of the kinds of the sort. I suspect I overhead, so maybe this is actually a good mistake for me. Oh boy, okay. This is a ways away. 1.5 away, so 40's not going to cut it. Yeah, 40 is not going to cut it whatsoever. Okay. So we're going to do 42. A little weak. A little weak still. So 43 might have put it in. Okay. Okay. I think as long as I can manage several more birdies and hold on, then it'll be good enough for first place. Okay. So we got another one of these downhill tailwind things that I can most definitely take off a bit. I saw, yeah, so, so that, like, there wasn't, like, a video that was in the original submission, but I saw that you attached one, so I, looked at it and approved it. Oh, we got a disgusting pot bunker here, which I think hopefully we'll hit high enough to overcome here, so I'm gonna try. Delicious recovery. A lot of side slope still. Good lord. I have to work for these pars. I'm curious. I haven't figured out yet. There's like this curved line that's above the putting meter. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, so that must be like... Oh, okay. So that must be like an indication of the, like, elevation change of my putting line. So, yeah, okay, good lord, this is gonna break like lightnings. Shucks, just off. This course is a toughie. Bad and I'm making dumb mistakes. Okay. Alright. Let's see. So we got this sort of thing, which would be optimal except for the tree in the way. Okay, yeah, although it would be better if I went over here, probably. Although, there's that tree. Okay. Yikaruski. Alright. Maybe I could fade around it. Maybe. Alright, faded. Okay. Looking good. Delicious. Okay. This is the path to recovery. Green grass and high tides. Big par 5. Although I haven't had an eagle in a while, because some of these par 5s are just pretty long. So... Like, if I'm not immaculately positioned and my second shot isn't really good, then I have a hard enough time getting Yuger, and with the way that putting in this game, it's hard to sink the putt, so... Okay. Oh yeah, then we got, of course, this big old masterpiece here in the way, so... How do I deal with that? Maybe I gotta purposefully... Maybe I gotta tactically dodge it. That's probably the way I have to do things. I'm gonna be very conservative, but I want the Yuger, so... That's gonna be a long putt, but hey, on and two. Wait, Big Bird? Yeah, okay, whatever, dude. Alright, so we got a slight bit of leftness. Yeah, Badlands is hard for everyone, and really, oftentimes a good Badlands will be what separates two competitors or gets you a PB. So, yeah, it's always worth practicing. Alright, it's definitely going to break to the right as I go along here, so... And of course, the downhill will do something, so... Ugh! That stings. Why did that ball continue to go so far? I underhit that, too. Yikes, okay. That ball just kept rolling and rolling. Good bird. Yeah, sometimes it's best to just play a short shot to the adjacent fairway and then just move on, accept the one-stroke loss. Although there's a couple of places where, you know, you end up in an even worse spot than that. Like, you know, say if you fall into the canyons on the 5th hole or the 12th hole. Those are both really bad. So. Okay. 93. That's not going to be enough, probably. I'll go up to this. Even though this is probably going to be too strong now, but... Then again... Okay. This works. This works. Okay. Pretty strong slope. Delicious. Couldn't have asked for a better putt. Okay. Some of these putts you have to like aim beyond you past your caddy. The slope can be extreme enough. Okay. I don't think I've gotten this far in this course when I played it for character matches. Cause there's a new system here where you automatically win if you manage to get 4 up. And so I would just, you know, rack up wins in relatively quick order, and I would just never get to this point and never go through like past the 9th hole, with a couple of exceptions. Now the thing here is this tee shot goes way uphill, and then wow, this is a huge ass dog leg. Hey Brock, thanks for the I can't remember if you followed off stream earlier, but thank you. All right, I gotta first figure out what's in bounds and what's not. Okay, those white stakes mean out of bounds. So, oh no, wait, maybe those are just for this area. So I'm inclined to wonder whether. Whoa, okay, that's definitely out of bounds. So one thing I don't know is whether this area out here is considered out of bounds. Because if it's not, then this would be a hell of a shortcut. Alright, well, I'm doing this for knowledge. no one is saying anything like, you know, distressful, so I can only presume that that actually went according to plan. So, okay. So, took a shortcut, but I'm in rough. That is unfortunately going to result in some volatile numbers here, unless I get perfect impact, so... Well, might as well go for it. Alright, 91%, so that's an almost perfect number. That was delicious. On in 2. That was a delicious risk. A lot of side slope. Okay, so I gotta aim like practically like at my caddy for a slope this strong. And even then, I gotta get the power right. I love that little head poking out from beyond the pot bunker there, like underneath, outside the green. So... Ah! That was either over-aimed or slightly overhead, one of the two, but okay. Didn't mess that up too much, so... Birdie. A lot of people will be inclined to agree with you. If you look at time spreads for top runs, you'll notice that some of them blooper is actually the longest split. Although I'm so rusty that that's still not quite the case yet. Badlands is still pretty difficult to do quickly, even with Boo. So yeah, blooper definitely is very pivotal. You'll want to have had at least 40 batches by that point. Good question. Good question. It depends. It depends on whether you define it as far as like where the skill floor of the game is set, or if you determine like the potential skill ceiling of the game. It highly depends. I would say that like as far as progression through the game goes, I would say the first Hot Shots was fairly simple. I don't remember having too many problems. The second one was definitely harder, especially when you get to like the post game where there's the legacy characters, the legacy character matches. Those are super hard. Toadstool Tour, for the most part, it has a low skill floor. It's easy to actually win the tournaments. Ring Attack is very technical, tactical, and difficult to go through unless you do it a bunch, especially the multiplayer ones. And the unlockable Ace CPU is probably the hardest CPU that I've ever found in a Mario game, like ever. I think they're even harder than the champ difficulty in Super Rush, or like, you know, what the CPU used to be before the difficulty got patched. I think it was version 3 that finally patched the difficulty. It has.
Cover your important parts.
Cover my what? I totally carried past those stakes, but I am in rough, and this is quite an elevated green here. So I'm not confident the 8's gonna be enough here. Oh yeah, especially I'm in rough, duh, so... If I get anything less than 90%, then yeah, this is gonna be a long... Oh, it's not even a putt. Well, damn, okay. I thought he said, like, cover your private parts, but okay, I guess important parts has, like, the same implication, because out of fear of a golf ball striking your balls. So... The fuck, man? That's... Well, I think maybe the problem is, I mean, I've never had it that bad, but I think part of the problem is you maybe picked a course that's too easy. And so then, you know, by extension, they're kind of able to exploit that. So really, you have to pick a place where you can play at least as well as they can, and that's why I always pick Peach's Castle, because there's a couple of holes that I can exploit that they don't as much, but even that sometimes backfires. I think this is going to be a little underhit, but I'm just going to let this roll and see what happens. Alright. Could be worse. Says the pizza man. Must be the shoes. Alright, slightly down. Slight headwind, so... Yeah, okay, so maybe just not quite full power on this 3-iron, and I think we'll be good. Okay, I like this. I have a good feeling about this one already. Okay, well, that carried less than I thought it would, but alright. Decent result. Oh, man, a lot of slope on these brakes, especially on that back edge. Oh my lord, I would not want to be there, so that's why I'm glad I'm short. Okay. Yikes, man. Alright. What?! I'll cook your chicken. Goddamn shoes. Alright. Thankfully, the leaderboard has fallen off, so... Okay, what do I got? 3 power shots left. Alright, so... I think that'll be able to give me... I know this is probably bounceable, but I know that's not going to bounce enough. I know there's a certain person that would be in chat that would be like, do it, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work, dude. Not going to work a clock. And I'm here, which is unfortunate. Yeah, well, I mean, as consolation, they actually give you 10 lives to go through that, because I will say that the pro courses for those are the pro course for New Donk is way harder than Congo Canopy. Way harder than Congo Canopy. Even amateur is almost as hard as Congo Canopy, I feel. But what is that? Shelltop Sanctuary? That course is... I like that course a lot. I mean, it's easier, but I love the atmosphere, and the Speed Golf remix of the music is so good. It is probably my favorite OST in the game now. Wait, you're telling me I can't shoot through that? Okay, alright. Well, this is getting to be a problem, and problems have to be solved by blasting through them. Okay, well, now that I've blasted through those enough, well, that cost me a couple strokes, and unfortunately I'm still in bad lies, so whatever, dude, just go. Marvin K. Mooney, will you please go now? Wow, that green is way elevated, dude. Okay. Not good. Not good hole. Stop, dude. What is with this super crazy volatile RNG, dude? Okay. Christ almighty, dude. Well, at least this man is pretty good out of bunkers, it seems. So what is this? Double or... No, this is triple. Jesus Christ. Okay. Cross my heart. Hope not to die. Still at the top, but that was a horrible... Okay. Alright, way uphill. Okay. Tiny tailwind, so... I think 5-iron should be good enough. Yeah, All-Star Summit is great. And, I mean, what I like most of all is that it's not as bullshit hard. I mean, it's challenging, but it's not, like, as bullshit hard as Mario Star is. So... yeah, that course is good fun. And because now, like, you know, graphics have gotten as good as they are, the actual layouts look super good. Yeah, I gotta try some like speed golf mode on those other ones, because I've just been doing like standard because it's quicker. But you do get quite a lot of points from speed golf if you play it through to completion. So let's put a side brake. We'll do 24, nearly flat. So we're just gonna try something like this. What do you mean more sauce on that chicken? I overhit it, catty. I'll put sauce in your shoes, if that's what you're meaning. God, this course is hard. This friggin' Scotch course is hard. I would have really appreciated the big POW clubs, but I went with Super Spin, which has been helpful in its own way, but I think I like the added power more than the added spin. Good lord, this goes up. Okay. That is beautiful. Ah. That would have been that would have been like an actual legitimate replay, because one little gripe I have with this game is that yes, it records replays, but it only records chip-in birdies or better. And for whatever reason, an eagle doesn't count. So I've gotten several eagles, but they're not in the highlight reels. So And the chip-in birdies that I do have are pretty short. So, yeah, I don't know. Alright, well, here's the place to burn those power shots. Big par 5. It would be lovely to try to get an eagle. Okay, we dodged that pot bunker like a boss. That's good. Okay, slightly elevated. So I'm gonna do a 2 power. Powers are different in these series of games. Like, it baffles me, like, that no matter... Yes, that has happened a couple of times. Indeed. Metallurgy programmer. That would be cool, though. Like, if I, learned some Python and I was just, like, making some hot, like, chat scripts or something. I'm gonna say no, because it's been 15 years since I've taken a university course on programming, and that information is pretty obsolete. So, and plus, I guess whatever experience I do have comes down to copying and pasting code that I find for things on various forums. Like, say, for instance, in building up my my chatbot. I don't understand how any of it works. I just found code and I've changed it little by little to suit my needs. So, yeah. Though, I don't know, in this day and age, though, knowing programming is super handy. Like, the big things, of course, being, like, Python, SQL, lol. Not SQL. JavaScript. Though, SQL is handy, though, if you're doing anything with databases, because Excel can only take you so far sometimes. Alright, we're gonna try lots of backspin. That was nice and sticky for a 2-iron. I think I did it right. Big bird! Yes! Okay, so this screams to the side and downhill. Okay, Mel, I wish you were standing on the other side so that I could use you as a reference frame for how far I have to aim, because it's a lot. This is gonna roll a lot. Yeah, you saw how much I underhit that, and it's still... But okay, that was a good effort, though. I'll take the bird. Yeah, this Scotch course is hard, but still winning for now. Nice, delicious castle. Long par 4 to finish things off. No power shot. Yeah, dude. You know, if need any resources, just you know, drop a query in the Discord. Someone will be very happy to help. Big crosswind we have today. Yeah, 8 is a lot in this game, so I think I made a good mistake. Yeah, I probably made the good mistake. Okay, and now this becomes a massive tailwind on the way back, so I can club down. Landed short, and maybe that was too much backspin. Well, I mean, Wally is the meta, but I mean, Luigi's a good alternative. Just a little slower on average. Birdo's good. Although the only problem with her is that her snout sometimes gets in the way of reading putts. Alright, I want to club up a bit because this is quite the crosswind. And I noticed that wedges, even at this range, catch the wind a lot, which kind of bothers me, so we're gonna try like a little over 60% power. Get in, babe. Wow, still short, okay. Alright, we'll just walk away with hopefully top marks. Yep. I mean, ultimately, what character you're best at will probably save you time in the short term, but you know, with sufficient practice with top tier characters, and yeah, you'll notice the difference in no time. All right, so after lots of adversity, won the British Cup. Good lord. All right, I'm gonna maybe. Now that I've got the, now that I've obtained the, big air golf balls, I'm gonna, like, see what kind of stat spreads I get when I mix and match clubs and balls here. Because that's the first new set of balls I got. That's a lot of points. Which is cool. Alright, give me capsules. Nope. No capsule today. Okay. It's weird to think that I managed to win that on my very first try and never have again. Okay.
May I help you?
Maybe because I'm going more casual, or maybe I'm having more difficulty. I'm definitely... This is a little slower than before now. Alright, well there's... nothing really to buy at this point, so I'm gonna save my points. Okay. Good lord. All right. So that's only been my second tournament tonight so far. Good lord.